Hi, I'm Sue Boo, bringing crafting to you. I've come on just to do something very simple tonight, as I've had a very busy day. So I'm just going to make a tag, and my piece of card, which is basic white, is 2 inches by 3.5. I'm then going to do another piece of DSP, and this time I'm going to make it I'm going to make it 3 3/8, and I'm going to make this 3 3/8. Let's see, so we're going to make that 3 3/8 by 1 7/8, and then we're going to make the final bit, that is 1 3/4 by, this one was so go 3 1/4. Okay, there we go. So just move the trimmer out of the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my tag topper punch, and I'm going to put my first piece in, and make sure that you get this as close as you can to the middle. So just eyeball it, you're looking for the middle. Okay, now I've done it up in the air again, and I've not pressed down fully. Let's just hope I've done that properly this time. No, I haven't. Just with me doing it up in the air, I don't seem to get the pressure right. Right. Let's try it. I think I probably need to sharpen this. To sharpen them, cut out foil, and that sharpens them back up again. So I can't seem to get that right, and it could be because it's DSP and not card. So I'm going to stick my card in behind it and see if I can get a better sort on it. So I'm just going to put it back in there as close as I can, otherwise I'll have to get another piece. I think it's there. I think that's about right. Okay, that did it. So there's a tip for you. If you have trouble with your punch when you're punching DSP, then you put a piece of card behind it, and it will sort it out for you. Right, so I'm going to see if this is going to punch all right this time. So I've got to get that in the middle, so I'm going to hope for the best. Going to put it there at the back and hope that I've got this, because I want to put, has it done it again? Not get it. Ooh, my punches. I think my oh dear, I think what was happening, as something else fell out of that, is that I perhaps got this in the way. So let's twist it to get it in. That's it. I perhaps got that of the break in the way. That's it. And that was what was stopping it. So make sure your catch is fully off when you're using your punch. I'll just test it on some other paper. Just rip a bit of paper to see if it's punching all right, because some things seem to drop, and I'm just going to check that my punch is all right. Yep, punch is perfectly all right, so nothing's been lost out of it. Whatever fell on the floor, I've no idea. Might have just been that it had got a piece of paper in there that had got stuck. Okay, so we're going to layer these two up, but before we layer up our things on our punch, that will be our tag, excuse me, we're going to use the mat to actually stamp on, and we're going to use the it's the tag buffet. It's got this beautiful to and from in here, so I'm going to use the to and the from because it's a really beautiful font. There we go. And where's that from? There we go. There's the to and the from. So I'm placing it, sorry, I'm out of camera shot. I'm placing it in position. Then I'm going to pick that up on my block, and then I'm going to just put that in the ink, make sure I've inked it up, and then just bring it down wherever you want it, and then use your mat to stamp on. There we go. Okay, and I'll just pop that out of the way because I am using photopolymer stamps. Then I will clean up my stamps with my chamois. So I've got my chamois here, so I'm just going to clean those up with my chamois. So if you've gathered this week, what I am trying to do is use the tag topper punch. I have made a card with it. I've made a little gift bag to put a treat in, so a little treat bag with it. So you'll have to tune in to see what I'm going to do with it tomorrow. So trying to show you how to use them than just using them for tag punching, but I did want to do one tag, so showing you different ways that you can actually do your tags. So I'm going to turn it over, and have I got, is that dry? Hopefully that's dry. So I'm going to layer it up. So I've got my next one and then my next one, but what I'm going to do is I want to round my corners first. So I'm going to round them on my trio punch, and then it's got this beautiful flower like that, so that makes the punch really pretty. And I'm going to do the same with my other ones that I've cut. So I'm rounding the corners, and it doesn't matter which way you do it. You can round your corners first and then do your fancy bit, or do your fancy bit and then your corners. It really does not matter. Okay, so I'm putting this together like this, and I'm going to use some ribbon, and I'm going to use 2 lots of ribbon on this. So it's got a really sheer ribbon and a satin ribbon as well, so I'm just going to use both of those and thread them through. So make sure that I've got them all the way through. and then pull those like this. This is quite a wide ribbon, but then we can fan them out so that we've got them showing. Okay, and then you can sort of fan out your label, and then I'm going to do some stamping now. So I'm going to get well, actually I'm just going to see whether that does just fit on there. And then on the top I've got the smallest, so this is from the Tasteful Touches. I think that's the Tasteful Touches. I'll just better check that for you, because I've got one or two dies very similar. So Tasteful Touches, right. So I'll just double check whether yes, it is. It's definitely, it's the Tasteful Touches die. So it's that beautiful edge die. So it is from the Tasteful Touches. I thought it was. So we've got the Tasteful Touches, and then the smallest one in the stitched shapes. So I'm going to pop that on there, and it's going to be a happy anniversary. So it's going to be an anniversary tag. So work out where the happy anniversary is now. Is that anniversary going to be too big? It is actually. That's going to be too big to go on there. So we will work that through. Let's see. So I'm going to stamp my happy anniversary. So I'll stamp that on a piece of white card. Now I've just cut, I want to use the same white card because the Whisper White that we used to have is slightly different colour. So I want to make sure that, in fact, will that go? That'll go on there. So oops, sorry, I'm out of shot. So I'm going to pop that on there and just pick it up on my stamping block, and then get my ink. So make sure I ink up. Okay, now I'm going to just pop that there. Okay, lovely. So just move that out of the way and clean it with my chamois. Okay, so I'm cleaning my fingers as well because I stuck my fingers in the ink. So just going to put this away. So any sentiment, you could use any sentiment from any stamp set that you've got. It could be birthday, it could be a thank you gift, it could be anything. So sky's the limit really. So you could just any of those. Now I'm going to cut this, so I'm just gonna cut this going off there a minute, and I'm just wondering if my this punch that I've got is going to be too big. How big is that one? Well, that one's smaller. So we'll see if I can fit it in here. So I'm going to go for stamping it, cutting it with this one, but it's still a bit too big for me, so I'm going to stick it back in to my punch. I'm going to take it down a little bit further. In fact, what I'll use is a post-it note. So if you cut it smaller, you can use a post-it note. So I'm going to use a post-it note to put on the back of my tag, because I want to make my tag a little bit smaller. So I'm going to pop it back in and take it further. Now what you need to do is make sure you have got it even. So because you don't want it wonky. So make sure you've got it even. It's released it a bit more there. That's it. So top and bottom, making sure it's even. That's it. And I'm going to punch it out at that. So that's made my tag smaller now. And I'm going to go in again. But this time I want to take some off the top and the bottom. So I'm going to pop it in all the way. So it's just going to get it underneath there. Oops, need to flop it so that it was after. Okay. So what I've done is held it upside down and flopped it. So I'm trying to make sure that it is as level as I can make it. There we go. And I'm going to chop that bit there. So I've made it smaller there. And then I'm going to try take it in again at the top. Let's just empty my punch. Okay, and I'm going to do it the opposite way, I think. I'll pop it in that way and bring it, see if I can get that to be there. Try and get it level. And I'm going to get it like that. There we go. Now I'm just going to finish off with my scissors. I'm just going to round this edge, coming round there and the other side. I think it's near enough there, but I'm just going to round the edge. So that's made it much smaller now, so it's much more manageable size to what I want, and can pop it on there. Now I do like some sprigs, so we'll go with what we've got. So I've got some gold sprigs that I'm going to put on the outside. So I might change the gold backing now and perhaps put the white on it so that the gold will show more. Okay, so got some gold sprigs that I can put on there that I quite like. It's I'm going to take that one off now, and let's see if I think that's it. Yeah, I'll go for that. Now, because I'm going to do this, I am now going to go round the edge and use a sponge it. So I'm going to sponge it round the edge, and I'm going to use a green. So let's see, Pear Pizzazz. So I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz because that looks as though it's the colour in the actual paper underneath, the Pear Pizzazz. So I'm going to sponge this underneath. There we go. So I'll just move this out of the way. So I'll move these out of the way for the moment. So I want to pick up some ink on my sponge and just go round the outside of my shape. Now, because I've changed the shape, this was a Christmas die set, but any of the dies, that all you need is a die that's just bigger, or a punch that is just bigger than the one that you are putting on. So I'm happy with that. So that just gives it a little bit of something. Now what I do to actually put my my gold leaves on with, I'm going to put on the back a little bit of tear and tape. If you put a little bit of tear and tape on the back, there we go. There we go. So put a bit of tear and tape on the back here, going across. And it doesn't matter, I can go all the way across. And I'm just going to tear it off tonight. So tear it off, and then I can actually hold my happy anniversary. I can look where I want my leaves and position them. So I want the gold to stick over the edge like that, and then bring the other one. And all I've got to do then is just fasten it to there. So it's completely fastened now. So I'm happy with that. And I'm going to actually stick this down onto the label. And I've got a something in Pear Pizzazz, I think. So this is from Forever Fern. So I'm going to stick the Forever Fern on the back there. I'm then going to stick on my backing of my circle. So pull that up a bit more, and then this can go on the back. Now I'm not going to put dimensionals on the back. I'm just going to have this flat. There we go. So there we go. A pretty anniversary tag with your fancy edges, and then your to and from on the back. So I just think that's a rather sweet tag that I'll be using soon for happy anniversary. So hope you like that. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching, showing you different ways to use your punches to make different size labels. So thank you very much. Appreciate that you popped by. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe. And you have not got many hours left. There is free postage today only, which is the 17th of March. So if you've not taken advantage of it, please take advantage of it. Click on my shop. If you shop with me, you always get a free gift and a thank you card. So I'd be delighted to be your demonstrator. If you want to join my team and become a hobby demonstrator, you don't have to do videos or no pressure to sell. You can just purely be a discount shopper. So thank you very much for joining me. Really appreciate it. It will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. So if you're watching from that, you need to go back to my Facebook page, business page, which is Subu, bringing crafting to you. Thank you very much. Bye.